Today, I want to talk about some of the bigger stressors that you deal with in your life, relatively speaking, right? So this is all relative of context, but I think the three biggest stressors in life that you'll deal with is number one, getting a new job. Number two is moving um, to a new house or a new place to rent, and number three is dealing with a tragedy within the family, right? So right now, I'm currently experiencing two out of three of those stressors, right? So I started a new job. Number one. Number two is I'm in the process of moving into my new primary residence, which is a new build home. And on top of that, I just came back from vacation for 2 weeks and basically been dealing with jet lag for the past 2 weeks and coming down with a slight cold because your body's in such shock from doing everything. So dealing with new job, new house, while probably at like 60-70% of my normal energy level. So during this time, it got me kind of self-reflecting. Number one is, be more patient with yourself during this window. You're not going to be as sharp as you usually are. You're going to be more tired. You're going to be grouchy. So just give yourself some grace, give yourself some leeway. Number two is, give your time to adapt. Like when you are at a job for a while or live at a certain place for a while, everything's on autopilot. Like when I was at my last job, I know exactly how to drive there, how to park, the people, all the above, right? But when you start a new job, you get to change how you drive to work, how you know people, how you talk to people, where's your office. And there's just a lot of like changes that go on, and our brains are wired for being on autopilot to conserve energy. So eventually, once you're there long enough, you'll go on autopilot, right? So when you move to your new house, you'll get your new routine down. When you get a new job, you get your new routine down, right? So just be patient during this time, and after a while, a couple of months or a couple of weeks, you'll get used to it, right? So during this window, it's not a good time to like do stressful things, right? Like for me, it would be a terrible idea to buy like an investment property right now, given all that's going on, right? I'm moving, I have a new job, my fiance is starting a new job, so she's gonna go through the same move and new job as well, so we're both stressed. So at this time, you don't want to do extra things, right? Like don't do anything extra business related, don't buy more real estate, and really monitor your energy. So this is the evolution that I've had, I'd say, now that I'm 34 versus like late 20s, is monitoring my energy level and knowing when to take on more and when to pause. Right before, all I knew was go, go, go fast, go hard. That's it, right? But now I'm more nuanced, and I'm like, all right, does it make sense for me to go fast now, or does it make sense for me to pause now? Right? I think about that now. So right now, it makes sense to pause, right? Once you're acclimated to your new job, once you're acclimated to your new house, things are stable, then you can buy real estate, right? Like investment real estate, right? If you're a little bit chaotic right now, a lot of things going on, maybe it doesn't make sense to buy real estate. So when I bought a lot of real estate, my life, relatively speaking, was kind of stable, right? Like I was at the same job, living in the same place, didn't have any additional stressors. Life was pretty simple, so it was easy for me to like buy a lot of real estate in a short period of time. And then life got a little unstable, and I was stabilizing my real estate portfolio, so I kind of slowed it down a little bit. But that's what you gotta do for your situation, right? Like for example, if you just had a kid, like maybe it doesn't make sense to buy a 50-unit apartment complex unless you have a good support system in place, right? If maybe you're having a family, or maybe your parents are sick and you're dealing with this issue for a while, it's stressing you out, maybe that's not the greatest time to buy a piece of real estate, right? And to monitor your energy. And during this window, you want to make sure you want to optimize everything, right? You want to make sure you exercise, you want to make sure that you meditate, that you journal to reduce your stress, that you have a good diet, optimize your sleep, optimize your nutrition, do whatever you can to give you that slight advantage, right? Like for me, I always try to sleep at least 8 hours a night. I'm jet lagged, so it's been challenging to sleep. Trying to eat clean, cut out soda, cut out alcohol. If you smoke, cut out smoking. just do whatever you can to give your body and the mind the best chance it can get, right? So something that I've been struggling with is like just like decluttering my house, right? Because preparing to pack up my apartment and move into my primary residence, you got to clean up. So I'm slowly trying to do it every day, and just do better every day, right? So that's kind of the key message, is just to assess your situation, assess your energy level, and then pivot accordingly, right? So that's how you sustain building a real estate portfolio over the long term. You have to really look at, does it make sense for me to buy right now? Right now it doesn't make sense, but maybe in a year it'll make sense for me to buy an apartment complex again, right? Maybe interest rates will drop down. I can do a cash out refinance on my 26 unit or my 20 unit, pull out a bunch of equity, use that to buy another apartment in Oklahoma, renovate it, and at that point I'll be stable at my job, I'll be stable at my new place. My fiance will be stable at her new place. Life will be more stable. I can then allocate a little more energy towards that. So hopefully this gave you some context, some insight, some value. Please share this video with someone who will value from this video, and I hope to see you next one. Thank you so much.